Alright everyone, and welcome to some F123 multiplayer gameplay. Now, to access what used to be social play in F122, in F123 you have to go for F1 World and go to multiplayer game, Grand Prix, and then go, obviously, browser sessions as well. That will obviously then take you into the normal 5-lap race at Monza to begin with, in the Aston Martin, and away we go. Can we get a good start here? Bit of lag there, to apologise. Williams is having to go around the outside. We're going to leave him some space. We want to be cautious. We don't want to be sent to Narnia. Somebody's already gone. Oh, I'm sorry. I think I've sent that. He ghosted though. I think I sent him to Narnia, as well as the Alpha. Something's happened to the Alpha Tower and the Alpine there, and now we're just going to carry on. We might as well just carry on. See what we can do. As well as the Mercedes has lagged backwards. That's not great. I'm going to dive down the inside here and get the position. And he tries to come back at me though. Absolutely having none of that. We're up to P6. Make that P5 as one of the McLarens has had an issue. Now we're just trying to fend from the Mercedes, who probably is going to have DRS. We do need to save some ERS because it is draining, and DRS is very powerful in this game. As we gave space at turn 1, or there was contact at turn 1, because they decided that I should give them more space. Rather, the two Williams just that is just no answer to DRS there. Hopefully we've got to try and get back on the exit, both and lock up with that horrible new animation there. I don't particularly like that new lock-up animation because it's too much, personally speaking, but there we go. So I had to try to look around the outside, and I think I may have turned into him on his path. Again, I have to apologise again. It looks like I've turned into a dirty driver accidentally on F123 multiplayer here. I take a horrible line trying to get by the Alpine, or the Alpine decides to slow up anyway and let me back through. Up to P7 we go as we go through the Lesbos. Can we try and get back in front of the two McLarens? Well, I can get one of them, but no. Sadly, it'll be P6. Could have been a lot better had we not had that unfortunate incident with the Williams there. So, we're going to move to Monaco instead, under the lights as well, because I think this was a twilight race under cloudy conditions. So, 5 lights around, away we go. We're up in P2 though this time, slightly less busy lobby as P1 decides to cut the corner. And gets away with it as our teammate decides to out-traction us up the hill. We're just going to let him go at that point. As well as he's hit the corner, we're trying to come back at him. No, and we've been tagged from behind. Well, and that's us down in last place. But at least we can now pass the carnage that's going to happen. Again, there's a horrendous lock-up. Smoke there. The Alfa Romeo's all over the place. The Williams, has also ghosted. Now we just need to brake, not enough, and we've taken the Alfa out. As I say, he clearly broke too early, but there we go. I wasn't expecting him to brake too early, but there we go. As the Williams decides to come out the inside at Casino, we're down back to P9. Make that P8 if somebody's had a collision, but now the Mercedes having to go at us, and the Mercedes has lost out. Well, went too deep. We try, obviously we want to go side by side, which you can go through that section as I hit the wall as well. Now somebody's having a look at the swimming pool section. Moved to lap 4, had a horrible step on that rear end at the final corner. Anthony knows, and the McLaren just blasts past, and then we've been touched in the rear by the Mercedes as well for good measure. Now we move up to the end of lap 5. The McLaren decided to wall ride round the hotel hairpin, so I couldn't actually catch up in the end and come home in P8 as well. It's the Silverstone now, the new Silverstone as well, because it's been rescanned for F123. So 4 laps out of the way we go, and it's in P7 this time. Trying to take it easy around the outside. That's what I was talking about. As there was a bit of contact with the Red Bull there, and we've broken a little early, and we've been touched in the rear again. We've got a warning for cutting the grass there. We're down to P10. It's not going well. Now we need to try and find the momentum to make the position. Well, there we go. There's two more as McLaren and the Mercedes take each other out. I thought that the Alpine and the Williams would take each other out, but they actually had some great racing there. Proof that you can race side by side in a multiplayer race. But now we're trying to get in front of the Alpine. The Alpine's a little bit slow out of Magnussen and Beckett. Our teammates had an issue, so reason the wall. So we're going to try and leave the fight for Aston Martin down the inside the corner, and we're up to P5. No, we're not. And we've had contact with the Ferrari, and we're down to P7. So, well, where's that Alfa Romeo going? And why isn't he ghosted? More importantly, he was doing 2 miles an hour. I think that's the same Alfa at Monaco as well. That one I'm putting down to the game's fault, as we now try and get past this McLaren, but we get squeezed onto the grass. Now we're trying to get past the McLaren. The Ferrari going side by side. That could always end. Yep, there's the McLaren as well, and now we're trying to get back in front of this Ferrari, who has a penalty. Had a thought at the penultimate corner, but nothing doing there. We're at main P9 for now. Now though, we've got to try. There's our teammate again, and now we're trying to get in front of this Ferrari, who's hopefully going to try and leave us some space. We're going to use a bit of ERS down the old start-finish space, and eventually Ferrari decides to leave the space, and we're able to get past on the entrance into Cops. Now, sorry, into Cops. Now I have poor exit though from Magnussen and Beckett, and now we're back to P8 with the Ferrari back in front. And it was this point that the Ferrari actually disappeared. All of a sudden decided to set fastest lap after fastest lap. Now we've got the Alpine, the Mercedes is there. I'll try and avoid him in case he young ghosts. We've set a 1:31.0 as well. But yeah, the Ferrari has disappeared at the road. We've got the two Alpines, which hopefully won't get ganged up on. They haven't got any ERS really to play with. It's just DRS, as well as there's contact with the Alpine, who decides not to give me any space on the inside there, and we remain for now up to P6. Move to the final lap of the race, so the Alpine is to dive me down at turn 2, I think that is. Again, dives down the other corner there, turn 3. Now we're on to the straight though. We've had a caution for warning. I think the Alpine's had tried to take us out and has spun off us, but the Mercedes has blasted past as well, and there's the McLaren going as well, both with better slipstream by the looks of it. I'm trying to go down here inside. Is there room? If understeer, there's the Mercedes on a poor exit there, and he knows he's going to squeeze me to the inside. We're going to squeeze him back for good measure. Make sure that we get the inside into Cops, and he decides to track extend like there's no tomorrow. And then he decides to take the McLaren out, who has his Spinala, and then takes the Alpine out as well. So thank you very much for that. That's given me some 3 positions, and we're up to P5 as well. You can see there that Ferrari just had so much pace, just clearly disguised in the end. Well, set the fastest lap and disappeared out the road. We're going to come home, in P5 despite everything as well. P5, it would have been a lot worse had that it wasn't for that Mercedes. But now we're going to switch things up. Well, first of all, I want to show you quickly the podium pass. It's annoying in this year's game, because if you want to claim stuff, it doesn't automatically claim it for you. You've got to go into the podium pass yourself and claim each and every individual item, which is very annoying. But anyway, we're going to try some ranked gameplay and see if it's actually got any more people playing it than last time, because the last time on F122, ranked wasn't very popular. We apparently got incomplete welcome to F1. Well, we're not doing that. Ranked deposits you in the sofas are there, ladies and gentlemen, as are the flooring. All of that's there. There's more sofas and more that. I was like, this thing, we've all, it's like they've been cloned here, all with the same pose there. Now, ranked is worse than last year, apart from the fact divisions, which means you've got to grind to get up to the top. You've got to persevere with ranked, because you've got to qualifying, as well as you're seeing here. It's just a one-shot qualifying as well. We've only got 6 people in this lobby, which tells you how unpopular ranked is as well. As you come across the line, it's well, P3 for me, but as well, the biggest problem with ranked, well, apart from the fact that in the early divisions, well, you'll see about that in a moment, it's an 18-lap race, 25% race with 6 people, and well, it's going to get worse in a moment because ghosting is on. So not only can you not race properly, you've got to compete in a 25% race. I'm not doing that. You know, if you want to get up the divisions and play people, that's fine. But I think this game mode is going to be even more unpopular than it was on F122, because what's the point of playing ranked where you have to drive a 25% race? I didn't have any option to do the 5-lap race that we had from F122 and previous F1 games in terms of ranked multiplayer. It's purely just just 25%. Only gave a 25% race option. Now, hopefully they fix this and give us 5-lap races back, because otherwise this game mode is going to be pretty much dead. Even worse, it'll be even deader than it was on F122 as well. So yeah, that was it for ranked. There's no players in the elite division because none of them have decided. None of them wants to grind as well. There is the series as well, which has got, there's local and multiplayer stuff you can do with that. But to be honest, why bother? In my view, if you are looking for a multiplayer experience that you don't have ghosting and you can race people properly, then just stick to the multiplayer Grand Prix. Don't bother with that. Don't bother with ranked. Don't bother with F1 World. That is my recommendation for you. So yeah, if you have enjoyed this video, then leave a like, subscribe and new to the channel to see plenty more F123 game videos as and when they come out. Until the next video, then I'll see you next time. Take care, enjoy your day, and goodbye.